Good evening, this is Melissa with the Stock Swish, and today I'm doing a play review on BBY. It is December 14th, and boy, what a nice day today. What a wonderful, wonderful way to go into the weekend. Two nice calls I made today in my trading room, and two nice bearish gaps, and two nice plays, and beautiful, beautiful moves in these things with just perfect entries. So here it is, BBY. I caught this thing just out of the blue. Okay, looking this morning, just right before I had everything situated to pay, and all of a sudden I caught this BBY out of nowhere, gapping down. Okay, here's the daily chart. This is what it did. It didn't actually go to the target. The target was here. Okay, 1140. And I just want you to notice one of the reasons I like this so much. What is this thing going to do when it gets under 1140? Where is it going to go? What's the target, everyone? Okay. When you can't answer what the target is, and because you can't see anything, okay, that means zero. Now, obviously, it's not going to go to zero, but I'm just saying it means that it has a nice target. It has a big target. It has the potential to break down to brand new lows, and that's a beautiful thing. So I love that about this today. I was all over this thing. And let me tell you, it happened so fast. So fast. Here's what I saw. Back here, this is the 1 minute. This is early this morning, okay, like around 9 o'clock. All of a sudden, I saw it on the platform. Here it is. Look at this. This is basically a swoosh, except for, my swoosh is the first 5 minutes of the trading day. But this is a swoosh. I mean, this is a swoosh that happened right here at 9:01. On the ticker, on the level 2, there was 2.5 million shares in this thing, boom, like that, selling out of this thing. Hard drop. Tons of volume, big move down out of nowhere. It happened in like less than 10 minutes, okay? Right there, looked, saw the gap, found it right there, okay? So I rated it as quick as I could to decide to play it, and it rated well, so I played it, okay? Now, that being said, when something happens like this, what are you gonna do, okay? Sometimes when they go like this, I think, they've got to rally for me to get them into the move in the open. But no, okay? Because why? The area where this thing was, I said to myself, first of all, the people are right in it, right before the open. Sometimes people look to take profits off into the open that are short something pre or post market, but that wasn't the case here. It was like selling that happened. It was like actual selling, like serious selling, big money selling out of it that caused caused that drop, okay? Then there might have been people in there shorting, but it happened so fast, so egregiously, that I don't think that these were normal people that just play pre or post market, okay? I think this was real big money selling out that caused the drop hard. That's what causes the swoosh. It's big money happening fast, okay? So I didn't think that this was like, day traders playing the pre-market, that there would have been a need for them to get out to cover their positions into the open here. And then why would anybody cover this on the open? Clearly everybody sees here that the target's down here, okay, or here at the least, okay? And so I said to myself, you know what? Where this is opening, I really wanted to stay. This shouldn't go anywhere. I was going to give it a ding up here a little bit. I was going to give it, actually I had written down 1279, 1280-ish. I was going to give it up to there to take it, but I didn't really want to see it do that at all, based on where it was opening and based on the fact there was really no reason to have a push or a rally right into the open, because there shouldn't be anybody covering any shorts, because I didn't think that the move was caused by the shorts. Okay, I think the move was caused by selling. Okay, real selling out of the long positions that happened, the people that bought the gap that happened yesterday. This is terrible what happened in this thing today. And this is like, as soon as I saw it, boom. Now, I did go through my rating system and rate it, okay? But the fact is, it's like I didn't even need to really do that to know it was good, because I knew it was good as soon as I saw it, because of what I know and everything about gaps. I mean, honestly, this just, here's what I was talking about this today in the room. Do you know how many people looked at this today that don't understand anything about gaps, that never took my class, that see this thing, okay, and they pretend you didn't see what happened today, okay, pretend you didn't see this. They see the stock gapping down around this price, and they say, oh, it's gapping down to it's getting crushed into this area? No. Okay, look at what just happened here. Why would you buy this into support? But this just happened in 901. Shoo! No one should ever buy this. I mean, this is what, I teach how to play gaps in my class. There's very strict rules, and they're good. But the bottom line is, strategy is a strategy is a strategy, and buying and support and shorting resistance is not a strategy. It's not one that works. I love support and resistance. I use them in my training to assist me with everything I do. But that is not a strategy. Buying and support is not a strategy. This is support. We're a gap to, but it really wasn't. It was resistance. And not, today it was resistance, number one. And number two, you do not buy and support as a strategy. You will never make money in the long run doing that. You will make, you lose, you will make, you will lose, you will bash yourself around. And if you trade on a day like today where you try to buy a thing like this, you're getting crushed and you're getting hurt, okay? No way. I just thought to myself, I know some people that I know that love to do these things, and they have it all completely reversed in what's really happening here. Because what's really happening here is the stock gapped up yesterday. Whatever reason, I don't know. I don't play bullish gaps. But I know this is a gap over resistance. People played it. This wasn't a great one in my eyes, even for a long. So I wouldn't have bought it. Okay. And I love the chart for a short. Okay. But the point is, today, there should have been no question in anyone's mind that this was a short. Got to get the direction right. This is what I teach in my class. You have to play in the direction of the daily chart, what the daily chart is doing, and you read the gaps based on the chart. Is this a bullish gap now that's going to change the direction? No. Is this a bearish gap now that's going to change the direction? Yes. Actually, it already has been in this direction, so it's just supporting the overall direction. Okay? Now, the fact is, didn't get to the target. It's still lower. Okay? It's fine. It had a beautiful move. Went down to 1160, and I played it really nice. I mean, look at how pretty this is, the setup here and everything. This was so terrific. And I just want to say, you don't. I wanted to see the immediate weakness in this thing after this, and I got it. I got it completely. Now, let's look at this. Here it is. What did it do? It opened, dinged up and did a topping tail, came right down in, and immediately showed me and proved to me, Melissa, I am so weak. And I say, yay, great, terrific. Tried to go up high again, can't do it. Holds the high of the day. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. The 8-period moving average is pushing down. The 20-period moving average is pushing down. All these things are pushing down, getting ready for the drop. Now, I know it took a little while to work. And we're in this thing in the room, and everyone's sweating. I knew it was good, okay? I knew it was good. There's no reason to sweat it out. This is fine. This isn't doing anything wrong. It was taking some time to go. Why? Remember, the market was rallying out while this was happening off the open. But more importantly, this was a pretty fairly sized gap down, and this thing just had to settle itself down and show the weakness and prove the weakness before it went. That's all. That's all that needed to happen here. And then it actually had the whole drop and went right to the target, right into 10:15 reversal time. 10:15 reversal time. I was monitoring this all the way down, not wanting to give any of it back. I actually was lowering my stop and going bar by bar at this point here in this thing. And then finally this one, I had my stop over 75 to take it out if it went over, and then it did, dinged over. And then luckily it was the perfect place to get out because it never went back down lower. I said it could go back down to 1040, but see here, as soon as it does this, it made a pivot here in the 1, came back down. As soon as it doesn't go back down and make a new low, you got to take it off. Okay, so even if you didn't go bar by bar, getting closer to the target here, you got to take it off here. Remember, don't suffer through a 20 cents rally into reversal time pullback to make another 20 cents. That doesn't make any sense, okay? And plus, you can always re-enter and get back in these things. I looked at this on the 5-minute here, and I was saying, okay, it's starting to go like it's going to sit up again, but you know what? It never triggered. Never triggered here, never triggered here, never triggered on the 5. I kept calling out the trade to trigger if it does this, if it triggers, if it does this. Never did it. Never did any number I gave, never hit it, okay? And then when it went up over this pivot, I said, nope, I don't like it anymore. And then it settled itself down here. The 20 was pushing on it. I said, okay, fine, maybe it's fixing itself. Here it's set up, did the drop. As soon as it did this here and this bar went red, I said, everybody who is in this to retake it, which I didn't retake it because I was done for the day with this guy in here. You know, if you want to replay this, fine, but now you have to lower your stop here, okay? And lo and behold, it went over it because I said, you know what, if this works, fine. But if it goes over 12:05, forget it. And then it did. And then it never fixed itself properly on the day. It really ended up going nowhere then because obviously it's lower. It just had made such a huge big down move on the day. It was tired. Okay, this is all the people covering out of the shorts. Held this area here for now. Came back in, had another drop, but then it shouldn't flip around and go over this red bar. You see? This is the trigger bar here in the 15-minute. I'm fine with this green guy here, but it needed to hold itself and then go red again. And keep going down. This should not go up over the trigger bar. And that's what it did. That's why I said that 12:05. And then obviously it went even over this area here where it did this initial, if you had given it the whole stop, you even got dinged out. And there's no reason to give it this whole stop. It shouldn't go over the trigger bar. This is a perfect 15-minute rally up here that should hold, and if it doesn't, there's a problem. And there was a problem. The stock was exhausted. This kind of gap down, immediate drop in the morning. It's exhausted. Okay, this is absolutely just spent. Nothing wrong with it. It's just tired now. It's exhausted. It doesn't know what to do with itself anymore. Just leave it alone. Okay, you should have been out where I said into that area or managing it down. Even though the real target was the 1240 down here. But keep in mind, this chart is lower. You do not buy on support as a strategy. This was a beautiful, beautiful bearish gap that happened really late and really quick into the morning. Gave us a beautiful move with a perfect everything. Nice, a full dollar. We got a full dollar on this from the entry. It was so great, okay? And did everything right. And the stock trades very nicely. And it's lower now. And really, you know, nice target on this thing all the way down. We were discussing this in the room about, you know, taking these things about taking my class and learning how to trade stocks on the day. That I teach how to trade gaps, okay? You can trade them intraday from my class, but you can also learn how to trade them for core trades or swing trades. And if you do, you can get all of this, okay? If you take my class, you can play it on the day as a day trade, but you can play it as a core trade. Let's just go and look at all the places you could have taken this baby. Let's just, you know, where was the original one? I actually went back today in the room. We were discussing the original, I think it was 2006. 2006. It was the original gap on this, the first one. The first one, see where this is back up here? Here it is. Now, the stock was up here at all-time highs of 59.50. This is back in April of 2006. So let's just say you took my class and you played, you know, gaps intraday. Fine, do it. But you know, if you learn how to play gaps intraday, you can certainly play them as swing as core trades. And you can get even more out of these things. And you'll know how to do it from the day trading. Okay, the day trading is the basis of everything. I know people don't like to tackle it, and they find it to be challenging. But the fact is, it is a great way to make money. And if you get good as a day trader, you will more easily be able to make money swinging core trading. You're going to have more conviction in everything that you do in reference to trading. You have got to get to a point where you say, I'm tackling this day trading. I'm going to get this thing right. Because I know if I get this thing right, number one, I'm going to make money in the day. And number two, I'm going to make money long term to build my wealth, to really build my wealth. Okay? Now, the stock today was down at, you know, 1160. If you took the first gap in this, which I'm going to show you in a minute, okay? Now, it took you 6 years to hold it down to get it, but there were ads. There were ads on the gaps in this thing to keep taking more, to take some off, to play it. Okay, you could have made really nice money in that time frame if you can figure out how to do it, which obviously you can learn from the class. So, the first real gap was here. Now, I would never have played it. This actually worked, but it's not good enough for me and wouldn't have met my criteria. But this is the first one. I'm not going to lie to you, right here. Now, what was the one that I would have done? It would have been a quality gap for me. This guy here. This guy right here. This is the good one. This is one that I would have done. Do you see this thing here? Okay, the way this broke, that one I would have rated. That one would have been good. That one I would have played. And this was up here now at around 57.20-ish. And then you got the drop. You got the drop right after this. If you entered here, this is the good one. This is the perfect one. You suffered a little bit here if you got in this one, even though it was the first one. This is the good one. And you take it down. Okay? And you can add at any point on the extra gaps in here. Here was another one. This counts. This is a gap. And look at all the ones that happen along the way. Okay? Just count them. There's so many of them. Here, this was another really nice one here to play, intraday. Now, when you take core trades, remember you're adding the positions from the top, you're cost averaging yourself back into it. Now, people probably got scared into this thing here, but do you see it didn't do anything wrong? This was the original play over here. Okay? It didn't go back up there. Okay, this is how you use resistance to help you. Oh, what should I do? No, it's fine. This is resistance. It just rallied up to a resistance area. Now it's set itself. Okay, fine. So now we have that resistance. Now what happened? Well, here was another gap in here. Look at that one. This is a nice one too, right there. Okay? And you just play them all along. And now look what happened here. Well, rallied up here to resistance, rallied up here to resistance, rallied up here to the resistance, rallied up to the resistance. Do you see it? So this is not a strategy, but this is helping you guide you on your gap play, which is the real strategy to help you make the money. And then you make all of this money here and get the drop. Look at that drop into 2009. Beautiful drop. Okay, beautiful drop. In fact, back down here, it went down to 1642. Now we're lower now here. Okay, but you actually could have been out of this thing into here. You would have been no complaints from that. Such a stiff, steep drop off like this, you have to take some profit into that. Okay. Now it looked like it was going to hold itself up here. So lo and behold, what happened? Okay. All it did was go back up to another area. Did not get back up to that 58 area. It's tried. What happened here? Well, how do we know that it wasn't going to work? Failed buy setup in the daily chart, and look. Gap right here. Gap that fell off a cliff right after it happened. Tried to save itself here, can't do it. Steep drop off right into here. Okay? Followed along, tries to go up, can't do it again, doesn't even get up to that $48, and then here. Here was the clincher. This is the end of 2010, and I think it never went over this area, did it? Since we've been doing it. No, that was the end of that guy. And it's just been beautiful all along. Has nice plays in here every time it's gapped. I've played it. It's just beautiful, 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 beautiful. And here we are to today. So I mean, this is the kind of stuff. If you take my class and learn how to rate gaps, you can use it to day trade, and you can also use it for swing and core trades. And this is powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. I'm looking at 26 things that I'm looking at to rate the gap to get the good ones. Now, of course, there's a million things that happen. A million times a stock gap, okay? But not all of them were good. You have to find the days where it's a good one. And then when it's a good one is the one that you're taking a position and entering to play on the day, or entering or adding to your core trade when it rates high, meaning over 20 or above, okay? So it's about the quality of it. It's the quality, quality, quality. And today was a quality gap. How do I know? It worked, it had momentum in it, had a dollar job with a beautiful stop, and it was no suffering, did everything right, had a flush right before the open, had a swoosh right before the open, just beautiful. Beautiful trade, BBY, or BBY, and it just worked out great today. So if you have any questions, or if you're interested in taking my Golden Gap class, I'm doing a class next weekend, December 22nd to 23rd. Please feel free to email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com with your questions or comments, and I hope you have a great night. And if you're interested in joining my trading room, please feel free to email me about that as well at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thank you and have a great night.